I know, right? You don't get to see in person Ryan very often. I haven't showed up in person since my best of year one video, which was, oh man, that was a long time ago. Look at this dude. Look at him. I mean, not much has changed, but you know. So before I go into the whole like best games I've played from 2022, I want to just kind of be real in a sense. I'm doing a lot of this kind of improv right now, but I'll basically put like right here, like the timestamp on when you want to get to the actual games that I played this year, and you get to hear my bad opinions. But if you want to hear the whole talking head part, the whole realistic part that's going on, then feel free to stick around. But in all seriousness, yeah, feel free to skip if you want to. So yeah, 2022. I know I'm pretty late on the whole best of video, but I have a very good reason for that. And it's because I'm super lazy. 2022 not only was a big year for games, but it was a big year for myself personally, because I did something I didn't think I would. I graduated college, which I'm really proud of myself for doing, and I finally got a full-time job and have a little taste of the real world. And I'm loving my full-time job. It's great. When I come home, I don't have to worry about homework and that kind of stuff. I'm able to start working on the projects I'm passionate about. I'm gonna be honest, I've been wanting to do YouTube videos ever since I was like 12 years old. I've been watching YouTube ever since, and I'm starting to get more into a rhythm of posting videos and sort of understanding what the whole like process is behind it, and it's a lot of fun. But now that we're in 2023, I kind of was able to sort of take a step back and realize, okay, the goals that I've always wanted to set for myself, I'm actually able to do now. I'm actually able to, or at least I have the time to put my full energy into these projects. And that's not to say that I didn't put everything I had into my old projects, or at least my old videos for that matter, but now I'm able to sort of dedicate like a good chunk of time for that. I think it's also important to clarify why I don't stream super often. I'm gonna be real with you guys. My connection is super bad and sometimes just doesn't work. That's why I ended up putting all of my time and energy into YouTube stuff, because I personally will watch YouTube videos on repeat and have a bit harder time focusing on a whole 2-hour stream. And that's not to say that I don't like streaming. I love streaming. It's just I think it's better to focus on the priorities that I can control instead of focusing on stuff that ends up being luck of the draw. Basically, if my connection's good today, then I'll focus all of my effort into streams. But since I don't have to worry about that with video editing and YouTube videos, I can put all of my effort into that. But yeah, 2023 I'm very excited for, because this is the first year I'm actually going to set some goals for myself in terms of myself personally and for the channel. The biggest one that I want to focus on is get one video out a month. This could be a game review, or it could be like a voiceover thing. I just want to get at least one video out per month, because I feel like that should be the bare minimum as to what I should upload. Alright, that's enough of the talking head stuff and being personal stuff. Let's talk about why we're actually here. My list of games for 2022, aka my bad opinions. For real though, it's been really fun reviewing games, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's been really fun to go into a video game in a more critical sense, because I get to focus on the stuff that I really like and the stuff that I didn't like, and be able to point that out, because I feel like me from 3 years ago wouldn't have been able to identify that kind of stuff. So it's really cool that I'm able to see that now. Now, before we begin the list, I just want to say that I didn't get to play a lot of games this year, primarily because I was trying to focus on finishing school before focusing on uploading a video. As much as I would love to do this as my full-time job, I need to shift my priorities. And that's not to say this isn't a priority, but, you know, working is a big priority at this point. And who knows, maybe this will be a full-time job and you guys can help by Alright, that's enough shilling. So if you go into this video and you see the whole list of games and you see some games that aren't on there that should be on there, that's probably why. Here's just like a list of all the big releases that came out this year that I just didn't get to play because I ran out of time. Elden Ring, which I'm playing through right now, God of War Ragnarok, Plague Tale Requiem, Bayonetta 3, Horizon Forbidden West, Cult of Lamb, Tunic, etc. Alright, are we all clear on that? So before you go into the comments and say, why wasn't Elden Ring on this list? That's why, because I haven't played it yet. I am doing that though, I promise. Alright. Now, time for the actual review. Time to hear my voice go from this quality to actual sound booth quality, because I am trying to learn how to build a sound booth. So with the snap of my fingers, let's get into it. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Yeah, I know, it's a Xenoblade game. But god damn, it was good. So good that it warranted a 20-minute long video of me talking about it. You should go watch it. The music was amazing, the story was very entrancing, the characters felt very alive, but the combat got really stale. As I said, what the game does well drastically outweighs what it fumbles on. The reason it's so low on my list is because it's a 3-year-old remake of an even older game.
I'm really feeling it!
Cuphead, the delicious last course. Cuphead is in my top 10 favorite games of all time. If the base game of Cuphead is the main course, then DLC is the dessert. It's just more Cuphead. And honestly, that's all we really need. Good boss fights, good music, and incredible animation. It's what Cuphead is all about. If you love Cuphead, then it's time to take another swig with this DLC. I'm very excited to see what Studio MDHR will do next. Stray definitely succeeded in charming me. I went into this game with low expectations because I didn't understand how you could make being a cat interesting. But that's the thing. Being a cat makes everything around you more interesting. The world becomes your jungle gym in areas you would never think to be a jungle gym. Also, this is a thing. This is incredible. The polish on this game is unreal. This game really pushes current day graphics to its limits. I know this may not be many people's favorite game, but it's pretty perfect to me. God damn it, Ryan. I may get a little hate for this one. But what the hell. Sonic Frontiers is a game that really surprised me with its quality. I thought it was going to be an absolute dumpster fire when it came out, but it really pulled through on release. The movement was really fluent, Sonic moved at a really nice speed, and the theme and style of the game were really well done. Yes, I know there are still some pretty noticeable bugs, and the game runs into a couple of speed bumps that can ruin the flow, and the ending was kinda... But this is definitely an improvement in terms of Sonic games. Go watch my Sonic video, I go really in depth with the mechanics and all the details. I can't wait to see what they do in the future, but Sonic team, please fix the 3D platforming. Kirby. Everyone likes Kirby. Now, is this the hardest game in the world? No. Is this the most complex? No. Is Kirby? Yeah. Kirby is awesome. It's amazing how the Mario 3D World level system works so well. Also, you can play as Bandana Waddle Dee. Need I say more? It was so surprising how the power-up system leveling worked so well with the game. It didn't make you overpowered, but it made you feel overpowered. I love when games do that and make the player feel like they've broken the game without actually breaking it. My only complaint about the game is DDD's design. What was wrong with his old model? Legends Arceus was my #1 game for a while last year. I know this game gets a lot of hate visually, but I love the mechanics of this game so much that I can overlook the graphics. I know it sounds a little biased, and that's because it is. The mechanics are so fluent, and it's everything that I wanted from a new type of Pokemon game. They completely cut out the middleman of the battle system, and it is awesome. And if you're wondering why this game is on here and not Scarlet and Violet, well, I think I can review Scarlet and Violet in a couple words. Dude, what happened? This would have been Game of the Year for me, but I'm not going to put it there because it came out in 2019 and already had its time in the spotlight. This is, without a doubt, the hardest game I have ever played, and I loved every second of it. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice was amazing. The combat was so much fun, the graphics were amazing, and the atmosphere was so immaculate it's insane. Not to mention that this game has some of the coolest boss fights I've ever seen in a video game. My personal favorite is when you fight a dragon made out of a tree that holds a sword that shoots lightning. So you use a grappling hook to avoid his lightning, and then you use your grappling hook arm to swing from a different tree, and then use your own sword to deflect his lightning back at him. As much as I wanted Smash Bros. To win Game of the Year in 2019 at the Game Awards, I totally get why Sekiro won. Yeah, I know. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is my 2022 Game of the Year. This is Monolith Soft at its finest, and you can tell just how much love they have for this franchise. The combat is really addictive, the graphics are such an improvement from the other two games, the soundtrack is an absolute banger, and the voice acting is an improvement from 2. Visually, it's pushing the Switch to its limits, but that doesn't mean the graphics are bad. Compared to other games on the Switch and other Xenoblade games, the optimization is amazing. How come you don't optimize like that, Scarlet and Violet? Go watch my video, I go more in depth about the good and the meh about this game. Now, I am aware that this game, let alone this franchise, is a very acquired taste. However, it's not very common that a game can bring me to tears, and this is one of those games. Okay, now normally I end the video off with a one-liner, but I'll just say the games that I'm most excited for this year. Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, One Piece Odyssey, which is out right now as I'm recording this, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Oh boy, 2023 is going to be very interesting.